Markets this morning were giving amazing buying opportunity. You can see futures here. These are Nasdaq futures came very close to buy zone and now bouncing. We had PPI data coming this morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, and they're pumping. You can see a pump here. And MNQ is still down 0.28, but it was down more than 0.6% in the morning. And if for some reason today we come back below 21,684, that's the area you should be looking to buy. S&P 500, similar story. Actually, in fact, they touched the green line perfectly here around 59.81. So again, for some reason, if they come back again to this area, look to buy it here. And this is Bitcoin, similar story. Bitcoin is actually already in the buy zone right now. As we are talking 8:40 a.m. Eastern, you should be looking to buy this. You can see it's pumping here. So I think it's going to go easily to 109 from 106 where it is right now. So if you're watching this video, this is your opportunity to buy Bitcoin right away. Ethereum is a little stronger. And again, you can see it's touching. You can see how perfectly this indicator works all the time. And it's amazing to see this. And if you want to know more about these, click the join button in the description of this video and join my channel, and let me know your user ID, and then I will move you to member section where I share stocks which I buy and sell. All right, so let's look at long-term wise and see how things are going. Please hit the like button. I really appreciate that. It takes 1 second to hit the like button while I'm navigating through this. And this is the long-term chart of S&P 500. Let me go to MES chart. So we are here. Ideal zone to short would be above 6140. 6142, you can see in the orange line here, and by the end of the year our target is 6434, so it can definitely reach there. So we are kind of in the neutral zone here in the middle near white line. So if it pumps for some reason from where we are right now, if they like to pump this from here to above 2.23% above, that's the area you would like to short. So let's see when we reach there, and we'll decide at that time. And let's go to point of control chart and see where we could be holding. So this is S&P 500. So we're reclaiming this point of control around 60.10. That's where we are right now. Right now we're sitting there. So let's see what they want to do. They did try to go below around 59.80, did not find any sellers here, so they just jumped back to point of control. They could go back up to 60.27 as well, and then if they decide to dump, then the next point of control is here 59.69. So keep that in mind. In terms of daily chart, this is SPX. Little decline yesterday after a 9-count sell signal, and there is a gap around 59.56 and a bigger gap here around 5800 area. All right, this is live market. You can see finding support on green line, which is 10 moving average. After 9-count sell signal, still holding it nicely. Last time we got 8 counts, had a decline. Here we had a little decline. Here we got 9 counts. Little decline. Is it 8? Are we going still higher, or are we going to get a major decline? We don't know. We'll see if throughout the day any news comes from Trump. That will decide mainly. This is SPY. S&P 500 ETF, and you can see if they want to decline, they can fill this gap around 594. And then if they want bigger decline, there's a bigger gap here around 581. In terms of NASDAQ, you can see the gap is here around 21,630. Then another gap is around 21,027. Live market is here, down 0.25% on finding support on this green line. So similar story, did not get a major decline like we get last time, but let's see if this is it, or we're going to have a bigger pullback. We'll wait and watch. Bitcoin. All right, so Bitcoin again finding support on this 20 moving average. Try to break out. Now back testing this breakout. You can see here, if you can, if you want to draw a small box here, you can see here. You can, this was a decline, backtest, decline, broke out, now backtesting before we go higher. Okay, so look to buy this dip. In my opinion, we are probably going to go to new all-time high after this. Ethereum, same thing. You can see blue line, multiple days of, multiple weeks or month almost of a consolidation, broke out, coming back for a backtest on this blue line, and then eventually probably we're going to go higher. In terms of gaps, there's a gap here around 105,385. So worst case, they could come and fill this gap. Ethereum, there is no gap. So Ethereum, oh, there is gap. Sorry, there is a gap around 26 or so 2610. So they could come fill this gap before they go higher. So that's on crypto. Tesla is holding strong, down 1% pre-market, but again, there was a 7 count buy signal a couple of days ago. There's a gap here, so just keep an eye on that. So worst case, they could come all the way down, fill that gap before they go higher. Or my target is here around at minimum 402, and there was a gap. If I go to 1 hour chart, and they filled that gap yesterday. This gap here, which was a decline breakdown after that fight between Trump and Elon, and they filled that gap perfectly in the morning. So that gap is filled. So let's see now next couple of gaps. I'll be holding until at least around 402. So let's see how and when we go there. In terms of other stocks, Apple is pretty interesting. Apple had a decline. Worst case, we could come fill this gap around 196. So from where we closed yesterday to that gap is around 1.16% away. So not a major thing which they cannot do. So around 1% away. So if they fill this gap, look to buy this dip. Apart from that, market is just consolidating. AVG and NVDA is just above this gap fill around 140-ish. So they might want to be filling this gap and then maybe go higher. We'll keep an eye. AVGO finally pumping, gonna fill this gap most likely around 259 before go higher. Netflix was up yesterday after a decline last couple of days, trying to go higher here. And other than that, ServiceNow was okay, consolidating. Nothing else too interesting, I would say. Meta also just trying to fill these bottom gaps. Google also consolidating. Amazon was down 2%, maybe trying to fill this gap around 209. Microsoft is green. So things are looking pretty okay. Oil, all right. So oil is now going above this resistance and now using it as a support. Now got rejected in this 200 moving average. Blue lines just got rejected, but now again back in the support. So it took like almost a month, more than a month, April, May, June, 3 months to go above. Inverse head and shoulder broke out and now just back testing and probably going to hold here and then bounce, in my opinion. Natural gas just consolidating. Gold is up again, higher highs, higher lows. So this was higher low and now again it's trying to go higher. Nothing wrong in the trend. Silver is also extremely bullish, holding nicely here. Sugar breaking down but getting a 7 counts buy signals. I think in my opinion, this is for the long term pretty good buy. You can see weekly we're getting a 7 counts buy signal, which is very rare. Worst case, yes, they could come back to here on the bottom of the range around $9-10, but who knows? It's gonna go there when. Dollar is crashing. Wow, dollar just crashed to new low or equal low, which is not good for US, but it is what it is. That's why gold is pumping. Apart from that, Shopify tried to break out. Again, just consolidating. Had a gap here, 1110, so still holding it. Palantir also tried to break out. So a lot of these stocks are trying to break out, which is pretty interesting. MicroStrategy is also holding nicely between two gaps here. UNH also, you can see first time close above two moving averages, white and green line. Also on weekly got 8 counts buy signal last week. So I think it's getting ready for a pump. I think that's about it. CNQ had a breakout yesterday. You can see above all moving averages, getting a 7 count sell signal. So every time we get this indicator, is pretty accurate, 7, 8, 9, and get a decline. So I told my subscribers to get rid of it whenever you're back in original price range. Dollarama had a breakout as well. Okay, that's about it. Let's look at Wix. Wix got a 9 counts buy signal, a little bit of pump. Is this it? Are we crashing? Are we going higher? We will wait and watch. Let's see what happens throughout the session. And that's it for today. If there's any other stock you want me to review, put a comment in the description of this video and I'll talk to you later. Hit the like button on the way out. Take care. Bye.